beautiful Tuesday evening
from the Owl Athletic Complex in Keene. And today, Keene State closes out a 4-game homestand against a good opponent once again as they welcome the University of New England Nor'easters. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Keene State Field Hockey. Ryan Goodwin tonight will be joined by Teddy Steinberg in just a moment. A very good showing for the Owls on Saturday as they took down in-state rival in conference foe Plymouth State by a final of 7-0. 4 goals from senior Grace Bazin to increase her team leading total to 22 on the year, and also Division III collegiate leading 22 on the year. And a couple goals as well from younger sister Emma Bazin, one from Kalina Piasecki as well. And the Owls stomped on the Panthers to go to 9-3 and most importantly 2-0 in the LEC. But a different matchup tonight, a non-conference one against a team that Keene State is pretty familiar with in the University of New England. Owls and Northeasters have met 9 times since 2014, and Keene is just 3-6 in those meetings. In fact, last year, UNE handed the Owls their first loss of 2024 in Biddeford in an overtime thriller. So as we're going into that, we'll get into how the season's been going for the University of New England. And right now, it's been going pretty good. They've won 3 straight coming into this evening and are 4-1 in their last 5 games, sitting at 6-5. And also, they faced some really good squads. Much like Keene, they played Endicott. They had to travel to face Bowdoin as well early in the year. A very well-seasoned team with a large junior and senior presence. It should be another great test for Keene State to close out their 4-game homestand. With that said, we have a very good matchup on our hands coming up in just a few moments. The Owls, the Nor'easters, next, after these messages on 4 Sports.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I did an internship my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I want to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for water and wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, and it's actually really cool and I'm enjoying it a lot.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
We're empowering your unique voice.
Igniting potential and possibility.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
Because Keene State becomes home from day one. Come find your people and enjoy live music, art, coffee, thrifting, and did we mention the food? And if you're worried about what there is to do on the weekend, just look at this.
Everything we do here is about community.
Because we're a community of intense learners
With extraordinary hearts.
that raise each other up.
We are fueled by each other's successes.
Learning outside the classroom as well as in.
And we're here to provide the guidance and support you need to succeed.
All right, let's get hands-on.
In the lab.
In the studio.
In the pool.
On the dance floor.
On the stage.
The choices are yours, the opportunities are here.
Here at Keene State College, we're focused on teaching students the skills for an ever-changing world.
I'm ready to tackle problems with industry-ready skills.
You'll get a resume that writes itself, and
A paycheck that earns.
Elevated confidence.
World-class courage.
And we never stop learning.
True learning takes collaboration.
We explore what drives our passions.
Celebrate our individual voices.
And spark possibility together.
Every single student, every single day.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
My name is Ali Alzuar. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm a nursing major and I play soccer here. I chose to be a nurse because it aligned perfectly with who I am. I'm a social person. I love science, and most importantly, I love helping people. After graduation, I'm going to work as a surgical ICU nurse at Dartmouth-Hitchcock. Keene State has helped enhance my critical thinking skills and has made me a well-rounded person thanks to knowledgeable professors. What excites me most is starting a new chapter and making a difference in my patients' lives.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
All right, welcome back to the Owl Athletic Complex as Keene State and UNE about to get going here tonight, and before they do, get a look at the starting goalies for each side. For UNE tonight, it's Greta Jennison, 3-1 on the year, a 3.17 goals against average, 24 saves, 12 goals allowed. And for Keene, Clara Gorman, 9-3, a 1.67 goals against average, 58 saves to just 16 goals allowed. And joined now by Teddy Steinberg. Excited to call this one tonight, Teddy?
Should be a fun one. Two good teams ready to battle it out, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. One of the better tests that Keene has had here at home. Well, they did have Endicott last week, obviously, and fell in that one 5-0. But hoping to get on top of the Nor'easters here tonight after last year they handed the Owls their first loss of the season. And we'll get a look briefly at the weather for tonight's game. About 75 degrees at the start and overcast. Of course, the second half will pretty much all be dark. And the lights are already on.
It's October.
A little after 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Expect the cold and the dark soon.
Yeah, and the cooler weather should be somewhat coming tomorrow and the next few days after that.
Who knows at this point? It could be 80 for all we know.
Yeah. It has been on the warmer side, certainly throughout much of September and into the start of October. Had a couple of cooler days here and there, but that's been about it. Keene State in their black alternate jerseys that they wear sometimes at home were against Endicott last Wednesday. And UNE in their regular road whites. A lot better than Worcester State because they have basically the same colors as the Lancers, but at least they have blue numbers.
Bigger,
you can see
bigger
them a lot.
numbers, too.
And bigger numbers, certainly.
It makes our job a little easier.
Yeah, that was not the most fun up in the booth. Emma Bazin again had her third and fourth goals of the season on Saturday in the conference win against Plymouth State. Barunda now trying to move around the defense. Good pass up to Grace Seabury. Seabury trying to move it into the circle, trying to find Grace Bazin. And it looked like off a foot there of a nor'easter. Bazin sending it inside, now taken by Delanis, a shot. That one got blocked. Delanis another whack at it. One that got off of Seabury. And now it's taken by Riley Zielinski. Nor'easters bring it up. It's Caricianos going against Alessandra Vidal. And Caricianos will keep it. Last year, a 2-1 victory for the Nor'easters up in Biddeford. Coming in overtime after they took a lead in the third quarter. The Owls tied it late in the fourth. But the Nor'easters, again, came out on top in the end. At the time, Keene was 9-0. That set them down to 9-1. And now a shot on Gorman, the open net. Ball still loose in front, and they score. The Nor'easters on the board first tonight. They're trying to figure out who ended up getting the goal.
I believe it was Zielinski out in front got the last whack at it.
Riley Zielinski will get the goal.
And that's all starting from, where's your man? Find your person out in front of the net. The Owls got a little stoppage there from, the many whistles out in front of the white half circle. And it kind of slows your defense down. You kind of have to find where to go. They can start right back up immediately.
Yeah,
and the shot from off Gorman, she couldn't control the rebound.
Yeah, Gorman was sprawled out. We've seen a couple times this year that's happened, but usually the defense able to kind of clog the net. Keene State, though, trying to come right back.
And the Owls had pressure on pretty early before the Nor'easters were able to get that goal in. We saw last Wednesday against Endicott how they had that pressure the whole game. They had those chances, played a real complete game on defense. Obviously, Endicott, a top 15 opponent in the country. But then again, they went down early with that, one small mistake, and then they really played a complete game. So we'll see how the Owls can respond here.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Teddy. For a while, too, it was only 2-0 Endicott, and Keene State was well within striking distance, kind of, at least in the early going, before they kind of let things get away in the second half. But you're right, they hung around for quite a while. Let's see if they can do that today with UNE. Again, I mean, these are two, you'd think, pretty evenly matched teams coming in, despite a little bit of disparity with the records. Keene 9-3, UNE, of course, 6-5. But UNE has faced some tough competition.
Yeah, the Conference of New England is a really tough conference in any sport, really.
Cleared out there.
We saw Endicott here, obviously. Conference of New England, they're the top team in that conference.
Yeah, they had a non-conference game, I believe it was non-conference against Bowdoin. Yeah. That's usually a ranked team, as Keene gets a corner here in the early going. So the first for either side belongs to the Owls.
And we'll see if the Owls are able to strike back. It's still very early on, a lot of game to be played, a lot of half to be played, a lot of quarter to be played, so plenty of time for the Owls to readjust and kind of get their footing back.
So Emma Bazin will play it in, and for Riley Zielinski, that was just her second goal of the season. But makes it 1-0 Nor'easters here early, but Keene State trying to answer right back. Bazin sends it to Murphy. Murphy to Picard, a long shot. And now off a Keene foot, and this will come out in favor of New England.
And back to the Zielinski goal, I mean, that's like what you like to say is the right place at the right time. You really found yourself at the back door. Ball comes right to you, get the final whack at it. It's always tough.
Upfield Miranda. Good defense, though, there, and it's taken by Caricianos. Battle for it midfield with Culver now taking it. Up to Zielinski. Zielinski almost a little self-pass there. It's taken by Hemond, but out of bounds. So UNE trying to put Keene in an early hole.
Man, they got a sub out there. That's Emma Schumann out there for the Nor'easters. Maybe Wolverton is looking also to check in.
There's Caricianos. Takes a shot. It looks like it got deflected now. Goodwin has it inside the circle. She'll clear it out, trying to find Grace Bazin, and Grace Bazin able to keep it in. Off the foot there of Valentine. Keene keeps it. Goodwin sends it up the field. Keene will keep on going. Good attempt there from Emma Bazin trying to find Seabury. But here comes University of New England again. It's Kelso going against Vidal, and that one looks like off of her foot. Keene will take it right back. Just past the 5.5 minute mark into the first quarter. UNE taking an early 1-0 lead thanks to Riley Zielinski's second goal of the 2025 campaign. Up past the midfield logo. That's Shelly Tremblay who's bringing it up. Here's Kelso. Going against Murphy. We got to interview Grace after Saturday's shutout win over Plymouth State. They're playing some great defense, especially these last few games. Even in that loss against Endicott, had a good amount of stops on defense, able to prevent the goals from doing further damage. Here's Kelso. Cross. Nobody there, although chasing after and getting to it is Chloe Michaud. Michaud taking a shot, didn't get it through. Miranda. Pass doesn't get through against Jacobs. And this is going to go right to Keene State. Kind of weird to think, though, that these two teams hadn't met till 2014. A lot of Keene State's kind of regular matchups go back a lot further than that, but UNE has pretty much been a regular on the schedule since. As here's Seabury. Gonna cross it into Erickson. It finds its way to Grace Bazin. Jenny Erickson just in the game, and this will come back to the Nor'easters.
Yeah, we've seen those kind of opponents recently. Obviously, UNE's been a common opponent, for the past 10, 11 years, but, those big breaks in between are like a long time before you play an opponent. Like we saw with Endicott, it was before last year, 13 years before we played them. Other opponents like
Husson, I think it was going back 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was only like two meetings beforehand.
Those type of non-conference games, though, those are the fun ones because those are the ones you really want to win because you don't know if you're going to play them anytime soon.
Yeah, and you never know. You could always, obviously, if Keene is able to win the conference again this year, you could see him in a playoff meeting.
100%. I like to think about, in college football, last year we saw Texas A&M for the first time in a while. It was Grace Bazin with a rush for the Owls.
Yeah, she's got a good chance here. Sends it in. It's tipped off the stick of Seabury and goes out of bounds. So they'll turn it right over there.
Yeah, but like I was touching on, we saw this season Missouri, Kansas, the border war in college football. First time played in a long time, over 10 years.
Yes.
So it's those types of matchups you love to see.
Yeah, just those historic kind of rivalries that in a way definitely seem to be disappearing a little bit. So we got a pup watching this one today.
Our good friend Carson Flake would love this. Hope he's listening or watching. Or
felt like over the spring we had a number of dogs at the baseball games, and
I'm hearing word from my sources that dog's name is Tucker, and he is a very good boy.
Teddy has insider information here, so it's 100% accurate always. As Erickson tries to bring it in and off the foot there.
Let's try and get Tucker on the mic. I don't know if what's Kirk Herbstreit's dog's name? Peter, right?
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah.
I think he's Peter.
Like 4 dogs.
Well, the one he had now, he's like it was like a late night college football game, and he was like, "Hey, buddy, here's the headset," and you could like hear the dog breathing on the mic.
Yeah, we gotta have a post game interview even with a dog up here.
Yeah.
Definitely soon. As that was Olivia Dwyer bringing it up for the Nor'easters. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first. Still 1-0 in favor of University of New England. And now charging through is Kakamo. Trying to take a shot there, but not able to with Vidal on her. And Keene State coming back the other way. I believe, if I remember correctly, Keene State, I might be wrong about this, Teddy, but I think Keene State is 1-1 in the black jerseys this year, because I think they did do another game. Obviously, they wore them against Endicott. That was a loss.
I do recall.
Yeah.
I like the jerseys. They're a good look. They're clean. We can see the numbers.
I say would not want to wear them though on like this past Saturday and really any of the Saturdays that we've had, which have been at least like high 70s.
Yeah.
And sunny.
It's still pretty warm right now, as you know, it's the hottest part of the day.
Picard sending it through the defense nicely. Was trying to find Elenis. Instead, Castriata ends up with it. Castriata was on for Emma Bazin. Here's Vidal. Has it intercepted there by Jacobs. Jacobs trying to send it into the circle. She finds a teammate. Corner coming up for the Nor'easters.
Yeah, and even with the corner call there, that's a great step by Claire Gorman getting out of her net and playing that ball. That would have been a great play if it didn't hit off her teammate's foot.
She's done a really nice job of that this season. Stepping up, not afraid to go after it. And even if she misses it, she knows she has teammates behind her who can get in front of the net.
Yeah, this is a pretty good-sized moment for the Owls here. Go down 2 here. It's kind of tricky at the end of the first quarter, and they need to stop.
Yeah, early in the game, kind of, like you said, a big moment. A long shot and a good stop there by Gorman. Still with it, though, are the Nor'easters. Ball flung up in the air. It's still on the ground. Still loose in front. And Keene State survives that charge. Man, that was a great look there.
That was a very, very smart play. I wasn't able to see what number did that, but once Gorman went down and sprawled out to stop the low shot, she flung it high to try and get up there. Very smart play. The Owls got out of that one.
Yeah, thankfully they survive it. But definitely a good idea to get the ball over, because when you're on the ground like that, if you're Gorman, not much you can really do to stop it. Kind of like in ice hockey, you see that all the time when a goalie sprawls out.
Or even if just the goalie is going down, you know just you shoot it high. And we saw that in one of the penalty strokes, the penalty stroke back against Endicott.
That's right, yep.
Diamondstein went down, and you just go right up, the whole net's exposed.
Here's Kakamo. Good defense there by Elise Picard. And it'll go Keene State's way. Picard gives it a whack, but has it intercepted by Jacobs. Here's Tremblay. Find her teammate Dwyer, and Dwyer has it taken.
Good play by Carr.
There's Emma Bazin. That was Lila Carr. Just about a minute and a half to go here in the first. Nor'easter's still hanging on to that 1-0 lead that they took very early in this one. Inside, though, here's a chance for more. Another look on Gorman, and that one goes wide left. Nice shot there from Ella Reeves, but sending it wide left.
And a good setup there from Caricianos, too.
Erickson working against Tremblay there. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Owls. Minute left to go here in the first. State trying to find an equalizer before the horn and the little break between quarters. Upfield to Seabury, it looks like that got her foot though, and back to University of New England it goes. Sent upfield there by Ann Young. Caricianos. Upfield, here's a chance for Culver. Culver gets it inside the circle, gives a pass over to her teammate, and Keene State will take it. Gonna try to hurry up here maybe with now under 20 seconds left. Got to move really fast though if they want any sort of chance for the end of the quarter, and that probably won't happen as Kokomo intercepts it. Now upfield inside the circle, 5 to play. A scrum for it, and finally taken by Heeman, and that will do it for the first quarter. But Keene State finding themselves down 1 here at the end of 1. A goal early from Riley Zielinski puts the Nor'easters on top. We'll be right back in just a moment for the second quarter on Full Sports.
Your score at the end of the first quarter,
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is gonna fall.
There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport!
All right, and we're back for quarter number 2 here as you get a look there at UNE head coach Danielle Collins in her 13th year at the helm, and has had, again, success against Keene State, as coming into tonight, the Nor'easters 6-3 all-time against the Owls, and have won the last meeting as well last year.
And strong in the NCAA tournament, too, as you saw on the ticker there. 6 NCAA tournament appearances. 4 of those she advanced to the second round.
Yeah, Keene State, of course, made it last year to the tournament, but fell in the opening matchup against Babson.
Number 7 in the country.
Yeah, it was a tough team to get up first against.
It's all about the experience of this team. You know, there's a lot a lot older now. They definitely, most of them went to the tournament last year and hoping for another run this year.
Yeah, you look around the LEC, there's a lot of other teams too that are kind of struggling this year. I mean, you saw Keene take advantage of Plymouth 7-0. Really, the next challenger, I would say, is Castleton. Has a chance in front. The ball's still on the ground.
How does that not get in?
And
what
then
a
it
save.
somehow didn't go in. Here's Erickson with another opportunity. Another stop, and now a goal. Can't tell who ended up with it.
I believe that was Grace Bazin, Ryan.
Yeah, number 23 on the season.
NCAA Division III leading.
Yeah, came in with 22.
Extending that lead.
And now he's 23.
What a season.
Had 4 goals on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was actually Grace Seabury. I apologize there. So not number 22, at least not right now.
Number 2, Grace Seabury.
But for Seabury, I believe her 4th of the season. But here come the Nor'easters the other way, trying to pressure the Owl defense.
That was a great response after the quick break in between quarters.
Yeah, Keene State taking advantage of maybe a defense not quite ready to come out of the little break. Here's Emma Bazin, kicks it back to Goodwin, back to Bazin. And pass it into the circle. It's flung out there by the Nor'easters, and here comes Culver the other way. Culver nicely gets through the defense. Pass upfield, maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there, and Heeman will send it out of bounds.
Too strong for Goodwin there.
Culver had a chance there, I think, to hit Zielinski, but a little bit too strong on that pass. Sent back toward the circle. Goodwin with it. Trying to clear it out towards Emma Bazin. Here comes Kakamo. Kakamo inside the circle in a corner, coming up for the Nor'easters.
And back to the Seabury goal, her 6th of the season. That's a big response for Keene, as they haven't really had any sustained pressure since that stretch early in the first quarter.
Yeah, 6th for Seabury. And Jenny Erickson gets the assist on that one. Had the initial shot, and it looked like it got kick saved originally by Jennison, but the rebound went right to her. And Grace Seabury put it right in the back of the net. Off the stick. Instead, so no save actually for Jennison.
That's a great back check by Vidal there. Stepping in, reading that, and able to get the Keene the ball back.
Yeah, Keene surviving these early charges from the Nor'easters. Again, they let up that goal quick, but since then it played very tight defense. Goodwin trying to find Seabury, and after a little tussle there, she does. Seabury trying to find Grace Bazin up top. Grace Bazin working with it. It'll stay with Keene.
That's great effort there. Fighting 3 Nor'easters to get that ball. You come away with it.
Picard outside the circle. Still has it. And this is going to remain with Keene State. That was Goodwin. It's back out to Riley Zielinski.
Well, Keene's feeling it now.
Yeah, they are. They get it to Erickson. Trying to move back into the circle, and that one will stay with Keene. They'll have to move it outside, but they hang on to possession. Coach Amy Watson trying to get the Owls to their 10th win on the season, improved to 10-3. Be their second straight win as well. The field they go. Kelso. Flung back. Tremblay going for it against Goodwin. This will be a turnover. Owls take it. And the referee ruling they're going to have to move it back a little bit further. In front of midfield, pass there to Emma Bazin, out of bounds off of Tremblay. Ava Wolverton comes in now in white for the Nor'easters as Isabel Culver is off. 9.5 to go here before the half. 1-1 game. UNE got off to an early lead thanks to Riley Zielinski. And Keene State answering right away here to start the second quarter with Grace Seabury's 6th of the season. Moving in again to the circle, cross, and it goes wide left.
That one had some heat on it.
Yeah. I thought it was going in initially off the trajectory.
I think it hit a stick out in front. It may have hit 2 sticks, but
definitely got deflected though.
Yeah.
Although it didn't look like it slowed it down too much. It was still had some speed behind it.
Maybe sped it up.
Chloe Michaud plays it over to Abby Stevens. Finds his way back to Michaud inside the circle. Taken away there by Erickson. Erickson upfield off of Grace Bazin's stick. Ball along the boundary, and Keene now will take it.
Good defense there from Erickson.
Sophia Miranda there on the sideline, about to check in for the Owls. Here's Piasecki just in the game now. Loses her stick, and it will remain with Keene. Told to bring it up the field, I guess. Still with the Owls. Parent Coach Collins did not like the call on the New England sideline, but nonetheless, they get it right back. And now here's Wolverton. Good pass upfield. Zielinski. Heeman now trying to clear it out. Zielinski crosses it, but nobody home. Vidal right there. And now gives it a big whack up the field. Valentine has plenty of room to collect herself. Young. Up past midfield now to Tremblay. Pretty apparent early on, Teddy. These are two teams that very evenly matched.
Yeah, this has been a real fun game to watch. Good defense, good offense. It's all around good game.
It feels like we haven't really seen many challenges other than the Endicott game. We haven't seen many challenges like that for this Owls team here at home.
And Colby Sawyer, though, that game, I don't. Were you?
I wasn't here for that one.
Okay, I think I called that one on my own. Actually, that one was a fun one to watch. The Owls squeaked away with that one. That was a hard-fought win over the Chargers.
Yeah, that was, I think, the second game of the season, maybe.
Around that, yes.
It was very early on in September.
And it's still working out the nuts and bolts.
It doesn't feel like it's been about a month since then, but
no,
time flies. Out to Emma Bazin. Upfield, and Ann Young is right there to collect it. Is pressured by Grace Bazin. A good clear out, though, by Michaud. Piasecki up to Emma Bazin. Nor'easter's getting a change here. Bazin shoots off the side of the goal, and University of New England will take over.
That was a good move there by Bazin on the far end there. Got the defender to fall, but another smart play trying to get out front, just couldn't get the angle.
Oh, good pass upfield there. Trying to find Mackenzie Berry, but
even better takeaway from Vidal.
Yeah, great play defensively. Vidal, the midfielder, senior out of Selden, New York. Transferred from Malloy University before last year, 2024. Gotta say, had a lot of fun on Sunday doing the Meet the Coaches event.
Yep, that was a blast.
To talk with all the winter coaches. Obviously, the fall season's still in full swing. But ice hockey teams ready to start their season at the end of this month.
Yeah, we are just around the corner.
We're talking about the NHL season starting today.
Yeah. Panthers, Blackhawks on right now. I haven't checked in a minute. Last time I checked, there was no score, though. But the back-to-back defending cup champs that stole our captain and kept them. But what can you do?
I had to ask, though, what as up to Miranda it goes here. Maybe in a second as Grace Bazin with it. Trying to find Seabury. It's kicked out there by Jennison. And the Keene's going to keep it just outside the circle. What is your favorite kind of opening day of sports? Like between, I guess, the four big sports.
See, I feel like hockey's my favorite sport to watch, and the sport, that I follow the most, I know the most about, but it just feels like the beginning of hockey is not as monumental as week 1 of the NFL season.
All right, yeah.
I mean, because the break from, the beginning of February to, the preseason, you kind of watch the preseason for the NFL, but February, you wait 7 months for the NFL regular season to start back up. That's always my favorite opening day or opening week.
The NFL the NFL is definitely a really good one. It's probably just second for me, though, only to baseball, but that's
baseball
because
opening day is awesome.
I still think baseball has, I don't know, just the fanfare coming out of the winter.
Baseball is number 2 for me because that's how the warm weather is coming and you get that full sense of hope as a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, every year.
This year was better than the past few.
Certainly a better year than 24 or 23 or 22 for that matter.
Definitely take positives from this year. You can also take negatives, but our producer Ryan
Hearn over
give
here,
a big nod,
laughing. Got to say too, though, last year when Keene opened their ice hockey programs, their seasons, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was the best. That was before I hopped on the Owls Media Network here. I was a fan in the stands watching the hockey games, and that was the most fun. Yeah, remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, baseball. You're talking about baseball? Yeah.
We're talking about that freezing cold night.
That frigid late March evening.
Wasn't even played at our home field.
Yeah. That's always how it goes with baseball around here.
Yeah.
To start at least, as Tremblay takes a shot. Takes another shot. That one blocked, though. Looked like Picard and Murphy both got a piece of it. Now here's Grace Bazin running alone. In on goal. Looking for 22. She's got it. 2-1 Owls. Grace Bazin with a Division III leading. 22 goals.
I believe 23 now, Ryan.
Or 22.
23.
Or 23rd, excuse me, you're right.
Grows.
You're correct. She had 4 on Saturday.
Oh, that's not a sign you want to see.
Put her from 18 to 22, but now comes off the field.
And definitely discomfort there. Definitely on that breakaway, when she made that move, she lowered the shoulder, or at least collided with
the goalie
Jennison.
there, Jennison, yeah.
She was able to get the shot off, but
Owls goal scored by number 1.
Let's hope she's all right.
So her 23rd of the season. You were right, not me. I don't know why I was still thinking 22, but came in with that and now has 23, but hopefully is okay. Is being tended to on the sideline. Minute and a half to go before we take about a 10-minute break for halftime. And it's 2-1 Owls.
That type of contact is tough, specifically when you have no protection and then you're running straight shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Of the goaltender.
You would have got to think it always hurts, even with shoulder pads on, at least a little bit, but certainly worse when one has none on and the other is wearing it.
I believe the Owls are also a man down.
Yeah, upfield.
From the contact that Bazin gave.
Yeah, they list her as being kind of in the proverbial box.
And the goal still does count, but the Owls will be shorthanded to start the second half.
Yeah, the final 40 seconds trying to survive that here in the first. Good move by Goodwin. Trying to find her teammate Carr.
I mean, now if you're the Owls, it's that next man up mentality. Your star player seems to be in pain. You're in a tight game. You're leading 2-1. Who's going to make that next play? Who's going to step up and lead this team?
And Carr now is, I believe, also going to take a penalty here. That'll be 2 minutes. Basin's was 5, so now the Owls are down 2 players. And it's going to be a very tough way to start half number 2 if, again, they got to survive the final seconds here of the first. Looks like they will as Picard just handles it in the corner. And that will do it for the first half. But Keene State does lead it 2-1. A couple goals there in the second quarter to take the lead. Grace Bazin, though, a little banged up on the sideline, and Keene State will also start half number 2 down a couple of players. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half. Owls lead 2-1 on Flow Sports.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the main theater, or the recital hall at the Red Fern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience and your life will be changed as a result of it.
I remember writing in the second grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
My name is Zachary Irving. I am a business management and finance major. After I graduate, I am going up to Bar Harbor, Maine. I'm going to work as a climbing guide for Acadia Mountain Guides. I'm going to get to be outdoors all the time and really do what I'm passionate about, which is teaching other people how to rock climb and showing them the places that I'm passionate about. Keene State allowed me to pursue my passions in a way that convinced me to pursue them for my career, and I'm glad that I'll be able to continue doing that afterwards.
Keene State is back in front to begin the second half, and we get some out-of-conference scores here with some other LEC teams. Thomas taking down Plymouth State 3-1. Southern Maine beats the University of Maine Farmington at home by a final of 4-1. Connecticut College and Eastern Connecticut about to get underway in just a few moments, just shy of 6 o'clock. Albertus Magnus and Western Connecticut have been postponed for tonight, and Vermont State Castleton travel to Springfield to take on Western New England at 7. Second half is underway. Owls took the lead with a late goal from Grace Bazin, her team leading and Division III leading 23rd of the year.
And Bazin seemed to be in some significant pain after the goal, but yeah, as we saw her walking out for the second half, and obviously she's still sitting for her penalty, but it looks like she's doing all right.
Yeah, definitely will come back in at some point, or once her penalty is served, which about 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on that. Under a minute now to go on Lila Carr's penalty as well. And we found out at halftime what the penalty was for. And it was apparently just talking.
Yeah, she got a little too excited after the goal. Let the other team know. And there are some things that you can't say. Some of those words that I can't say on the air as well.
Here's Kokomo bringing it in a corner for the University of New England as Lila Carr has 10 seconds left. Hers was for aggressive play. A chance for the Nor'easters to tie this game right up. So it'll be Kate Kelso to play it in. Kelso sends it in. Here's a chance. Ball still on the ground, still loose, a long shot. No goal. And I think they say it was, I don't know. I've seen that being ruled the other way a couple times this year. Maybe a dangerous shot.
Well, lucky break for the Owls.
That would have been the equalizer right there. Bazin has 1:15 to go on her penalty. Carr has finished hers. So Keene State subbing Elle McDonald on for her. And it's almost even strength. Owls down just Bazin for the next minute, and finally those penalties will be served. All still on the ground. Be Jacobs to play it here. 12.5 remaining. 2.5 into the third quarter. Here's a chance. Good defense, though.
It'll be another corner.
Yeah, missed that. Looked like they cleared it out, but once again, it'll be another Nor'easter corner. And still about 36 seconds left on Bazin's penalty. As you can see on the scoreboard. So again, it'll be Kate Kelso to play it in. Finds a teammate. Owls charging fast. The shot. Ball loose in front of the goal. Kept out for the moment. Off a foot. And we still remain with the score 2-1.
Another lucky break for Keene. Yeah, that one just before they shot it. Hit off the foot. No goal. You can't do that.
Yeah, again, another fortunate break there for the Owls and unfortunate for the Nor'easters. Here's Murphy along the sideline. Keene will keep it. Grace Bazin back in. Sent up the field. Seabury finds Grace Bazin back into the game. It's kicked out by Jennison. And now New England will take over.
Yeah, great opportunity again for the Owls there. Great play by Seabury finding Bazin, and a good idea to find Erickson on the back door. Just a nice stick there from the Nor'easter defender.
Upfield, looks like he might have got the foot there of Stevens. No call. Stevens brings it past the Owl logo. Murphy, nice defensive play, trying to find Goodwin. Kokomo gets by. Kokomo, nice pass. Taken though by Vidal. Goodwin gets it over to McDonald. McDonald trying to find Seabury, and she does. Seabury charging in on goal. Grace Seabury with a clean look, makes a move, and off the side of the goal. So we saw Keene survive some great chances from the Nor'easters, and now New England survives one there from Keene.
Yeah, it's Seabury, that was a great break. I like the idea of the moves to the outside. I feel like she just took a little too long to get that one off the trigger.
There's Delanus, ball in front. Once again, New England will take it.
Take a look, Keene, really, as you look at the stats, outplayed or outnumbered offensively. The Nor'easters have 5 corners to the Owls 1. And obviously 2 of those corners resulted in, goals being taken back right out in front of the net.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta avoid that if you're Keene really the rest of this game, because you gotta think, if you keep allowing it, I mean, at some point, New England will get an equalizer that will count.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta watch yourself out in front of the net there, watch your feet, make sure you're making clean plays defensively, which they have for the most part.
Goodwin will play it back to Vidal. Vidal, nice move. Trying to get it to open space to Picard, and Picard loses it. Trying to regather on defense.
That's a great play there by Cristianos. Great step reading that play on the pass to Picard, and good speed there to get the outside.
And now here's Ann Young. Takes a whack at it. It goes into the circle, but right to Picard. Young able to keep it though. And now Erickson there to grab it. Keene comes back the other direction. The Nor'easters looking for their 4th straight win. And Keene trying to get their 2nd straight. Oh, good takeaway though. Just the numbers game there. As here's Kelso trying the cross pass, but nobody home. Picard there to grab it for Keene. Erickson. Pass to Grace Bazin. Bazin sends it inside the circle to Seabury, looking for her 2nd today. Ball still loose on the ground. A scrum for it. And a penalty stroke for Keene State.
Another great play by Seabury offensively. She's been really, really strong tonight. And it gives the Owls a chance to get a little insurance here, extend their lead.
Well, Grace Bazin will take it. Already has 1 tonight. 23 on the year, looking for 24 here. Going against Jennison. Always very hard to be in the goalie's position in this spot. Bazin shoots. Save made by Jennison. Wow. We rarely see that. It's almost a foregone conclusion that the offensive player is going to score.
And New England, yeah, the Nor'easters, they've come out not super strong. Obviously, those two corners were a good opportunity. They got taken back, but they haven't really come out too strong in the second half. If that's a boost of momentum, if anything, that's it right there.
Yeah, and they've, again, like you said, Teddy, despite being outplayed, they've really hung around, trying to make Keene State pay for that.
Yeah, usually you see the goalie will commit, kind of like in soccer, to either left, right, either down or up. And Jennison held her ground, stuck out that right pad. What a save.
Yeah, just smart too. He's kind of staying in the middle because usually that's where the shooter will try to go with it. Take advantage of kind of the jumpiness of the goalie.
You can also say she got her get back on Basin's goal before the before the break.
Tremblay tries to send it out. It's taken though by Delanis. Keene State will have it, or excuse me, New England will have it back.
Yeah, that one hit off the foot of Emma Basin. Or Delanis, pardon me. Emma Basin is checking in for the Owls.
Yeah, Emma Basin in for Elle McDonald. Comes off after subbing for Lila Carr once Carr's penalty had been served. Here come the Nor'easters the other way. It's Zielinski, their goal scorer tonight. Got him on the board first early in the first quarter. The defense though by Vidal. Have a tangle up there, and as a result it goes back to Keene. Keene trying to get overall their 10th win this season. Of course, this is a non-conference game against the Conference of New England team. Sent in on goal, and it goes wide.
Yeah, 2-0 in conference play so far. And you won the LEC last year. That's always the best start you want in conference. And you've had a pretty strong out-of-conference record, too. You've played teams like Endicott. That's tricky. You're going to struggle with a team like that. They did play a real good game, though.
Yeah, 7-3 out of conference. All three of their losses have been non-conference. We'll take that with 10 games, 10 out-of-conference games, especially early in the season. Really, that whole first month is against non-conference teams. Here's Emma Basin now with it. Tries to play it in the circle. Taken up field, sent up there, but Vidal right there to grab it for Keene. Up to Goodwin. Goodwin trying to find either Emma Basin or Grace Seabury. A trip up there, and now we'll go back to the Nor'easters with McKenna Valentine. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Keene State still hanging on for the moment to the 2-1 lead. Erickson. Vidal comes off. Quinn Mayu is on for the first time. Vidal loses her stick at the end.
Yeah, and Ryan, back to like when we were talking about the out of conference, the in-conference overall record. I'm taking a look at the National Power Index of how Division III, the field hockey teams are ranked. All 163 Division III field hockey teams. Keene State and University of New England separated by 6 spots. Keene State at 41, UNE at 47, really, really evenly matched. And it shows really how strong of a team Keene is this year. And also, yeah, the matchup against Endicott last Wednesday, Endicott's number 9. So it really shows how well of a game the Owls played, even though the score doesn't really show that.
Yeah, I mean, Endicott was, of course, moved up a little bit from last week. They were 12 coming into that one and walked away with the shutout win here at the Owl Athletic Complex. Taken, though, by Seabury. Seabury upfield, I think, was trying to lead Emma Basin. Basin wins it back. Now up points it for Grace Basin. Ball still loose in front of the goal, and it will come back to the Nor'easters. But yeah, I mean, to your point, Teddy, though, Keene and University of New England separated by about 6. And I mean, the Nor'easters could leapfrog the Owls if they come away, but Keene State obviously could gain ground.
Yeah, but like I said, it really shows how tight of a game this is, how close these teams are. They're very similar, and from what we're seeing right now, it's a good showing. Very good game.
Wolverton, bring it in. I believe it's going to stay with UNE just outside. Clock ticking down. Just about 2 minutes to go in the third. Nor'easters had a couple chances early on corners. Could not find the equalizer. Trying to get it here. There's Tremblay. In front. Cleared out by Murphy. It looked like it hit off of Tremblay's stick. So Keene will take it.
And Ryan, I also want to mention the jump that Keene State has taken this season. You know, especially losing 3 big seniors. You know, they've managed to step it up and some. Their last year, at the end of the year, you know, the selections for the NCAA tournament, obviously they automatically qualified winning the LEC, but 54 in the country. Right now they sit at 41.
Yeah, and it was, ironically, it was kind of a really good start for them last year. They started 9-0, but they kind of hit maybe a little bit of a wall in the second half of the year. They did finish relatively well by winning the LEC, and then, of course, ended up losing to Babson, but
yeah, but that skid they had last season started from this team right here.
Oh, and a ball loose in front. Like saved by Gorman, at least hit off of her, or at least another Owl player, because New England will keep it. Trying to work fast, though, under a minute to go in the third. And a corner will come up for them.
All right, big stand from the Owls here. You're going to have a short break momentarily. Try to limit the response here.
This will be the 6th corner of the night for the Nor'easters, heavily leading the Owls in that category. I believe still 6-1 now. 38.6 to go. They had a couple corners here early in the quarter, but for various reasons couldn't find the back of the net. Or at least not legally. Here's a long shot, and that time it counts. We are tied up. It is McKenna Valentine, the defender from Hatfield, Mass, a senior.
Nor'easter goals for my number 3.
And wow, we got a game, especially as we near the 4th. 2-2.
What a rocket for her 7th of the year. That was an absolute missile. That's the type of shot you want to get out of the way of.
And that time, it was legal. Of course, they had one waved off. It was apparently too dangerous of a shot. They had another that hit off one of their players' her feet, before she took a shot that went in the back of the net. Final 10 seconds of the third. Now a brand new ball game, tied up at 2.
Yeah, and like I said, UNE has had that momentum since the stop on the penalty stroke. Stuff like that, it can come up huge, especially for a team like University of New England.
Yeah, and that is big, because that's the difference right now between an Owls lead and a tie game. We will head to the 4th. Stay tuned. It's going to be an exciting one here on Flow Sports.
1 for the money, 2 for the show. Hit the loose though, right on Rodeo. White SM, the color of yayo. Come to my girl and told her to sip slow. That's my show. Watch me, baby. The way I go, can't stop me, baby. Seatbelt.
If you're not here for Fandom 101, you're in the wrong class. Here, we learn the fundamentals of fanology, the basics of bringing the noise, and the physics of bringing out. Your path to fan mastery begins here. It's all part of the curriculum. The NCAA Championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State Area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
There's Tucker again, and he came in at after the end of that quarter, and he told us he was nervous.
Oh, it's kind of like the whole atmosphere here. Everyone's antsy, ready to get this fourth quarter underway as we are very, very excited.
He's watching on anxiously, maybe with some treats there as well.
Yeah, to try and calm the nerves.
UNE starts with it here in the fourth, and it's just sent out of bounds. But man, we got a game on our hands here.
And there's His Majesty Abe Oshiak shining in the stadium lights, our Associate Athletic Director. He does so many great things for this school and for us here on the Owls Media Network.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff. Watching on with, I believe I saw Mark Terrio as well, the men's lacrosse coach down there, watching on. He's been there since the start. Get to interview him and probably over the winter when we preview spring sports.
Yep.
Meet the coaches.
That should be fun. I'll get another Buffalo Tender calzone. Thank you, Marty.
Here's Tremblay bringing it up. A chance already for UNE. Deflected in front and kicked out by Gorman. They still have it though. Here's another chance. Oh, the ball's loose in front of the net. Still loose. And now Keene takes it. Man, that was nerve-wracking for a second.
It was another great save by Gorman, sticking out that leg, miraculously kicking it out, but then another chance, another scramble out in front.
It looked like it got deflected too. That's what was even more impressive about it, changing direction.
There's been a few of those scrambles so far tonight.
Oh, weaving through the defense. Gorman in front, ball loose, they score! UNE has their first lead tonight, and it's Kate Kelso, the junior forward from Skowhegan, Maine.
Kate Kelso.
And that's her third of the season here in 2025.
That's a big one. Gorman got a little aggressive that moment, and after the goal, I noticed that she knew it too. Definitely some frustration from the senior goalkeeper.
Yeah, Gorman frustrated, but not even a minute and a half into this one in the fourth, so a long way to go.
A good effort. I don't know which defender it was. It might have been Murphy, it might have been Heeman, but a good, last man effort to try and keep Kelso from getting that back in. Just unfortunate.
So the Nor'easters have their first lead since the early going. They scored first tonight for a couple unanswered by Keene. One from Grace Seabury, one from Grace Bazin. Thought Grace Bazin might end up having two earlier in the game, but a tremendous stop in net on a penalty stroke by Greta Jennison. And now a couple unanswered, and the Nor'easters are in front once again.
Yeah, this is very similar to the first quarter. The Nor'easters got out real early. The Owls scored two in the second quarter. However, there's no other quarter after this one, so the Owls have to really dig in deep and get one back.
Do they have to? The time is still their friend right now, but also got to get out of their defensive zone. Luckily for them, that goal coming very early in the quarter, so again, a lot of time, but got to make it happen. Erickson It's a long whack upfield, but that one too strong. Seabury's got good speed, but well out of her reach. As the sun has about officially set here, now fully under the lights. Supposed to cool down a bit tomorrow, in mid-60s.
I believe we're going to be getting a good amount of rain
tomorrow, yes.
Speaking of nor'easters, I've heard that there is a nor'easter first of the year that is brewing that should hit us maybe by the end of this week.
Oh, and speaking of nor'easters, here they come again, but nice defense there from Heeman. And I gotta say, I'd rather have a nor'easter now than when I feel like we usually have one, and that's like end of March. So
especially also like in the middle of February when it's already depressing and cold enough.
Yeah.
The snow gets all slushy and gross, and your car gets stuck, and it's just not fun.
And I feel like at the end of March, it's also really bad too. As we got a penalty here, this will be against Isabel Culver, so Owls will be a player up for 2 minutes.
Yeah, we were talking about baseball earlier about how it gets like, you know, really cold at the end of March when baseball season starts, and then obviously the nor'easter bringing it up now, and that's when all the rain comes. It just rains every single day, or at least it did this past spring.
Oh, certainly. Especially trying to get in the LEC baseball tournament in early May.
Hosting it.
But then it was like a really dry summer, and that's what was confusing.
Yeah.
Is it just switched from all rain to like no rain.
And it's been also a really dry fall.
Yeah.
Not much rain at all. And when we do, it's just for a day at a time, and that goes back to, you know, the weather we've kind of had, the warm mid-70s. Which I'm not complaining, but it's October. I want it to be sweater weather. I would like it.
Yeah, you know, certainly.
To go to a pumpkin patch, maybe go apple picking.
But I think the most frustrating thing about the weather at the end of March is that you'll have days in March and you get your hopes up, where it feels like it's starting to turn a corner.
Mid to high 60s, you're like, yes, spring is here. And then, boom, 40 degrees and raining.
Yep. Or even worse, like a foot of snow at the end of March, early April. Taken here by Picard. Has Seabury up top, but a nice interception there. It's like that was Young. Now she gets it upfield. Battling against Belle Heeman. It's like off of Vidal's foot. And this will stay with the Nor'easters as Culver's penalty about to expire. Just 10 seconds left on that. Inside the circle, Keene State will get it out for the moment.
I know there's still obviously 9.5 minutes left, but those minutes, they fly by.
Yeah.
The Owls, yeah, they got to get something going.
Usually it takes a little bit of zone time, too, to really get those pressures going, kind of like in ice hockey.
Yeah. Especially late in this game. You're not really going to get a huge break like Bazin did in the second quarter, or Seabury did earlier.
Yeah, you're hoping for, on Keene's side, you're hoping for just an absolute bust in coverage. That one upfield, Seabury racing after it. But Valentine is there now working against Seabury along the sideline, and this will stay with New England as Sophia Miranda back in for Jenny Erickson. Erickson's played a lot of this game. Miranda started, but Erickson off the bench has put in a lot of minutes. 8.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Keene State finding themselves down by a goal. Trying to
that baseball team.
Yeah.
Looking on, watching their fellow Owls.
Michaud taken by Miranda along the sideline, and Keene keeps it. Olivia Dwyer back off. Culver is on after she served that penalty. They're going against Goodwin. Should contact at the end, but no call. Back to Vidal. We're at about the halfway mark of the fourth. Emma Bazin. UNE trying to win back-to-back against the Owls from last year into this year. $7:20 to go. Gracianos playing it over, but Tremblay loses it. A whistle there after Miranda and Kokomo going after it.
This would obviously be a real tough game for the Owls to drop, especially against such an even matched team like UNE, and at home as well.
Good one, nice pass up to Grace Bazin. Upfield now, Seabury. Here's a good chance, perhaps. Seabury in front. Ball loose. No, it's not in, but Emma Bazin still has it. Now Grace Bazin shoots it wide. Oh, that was a tremendous opportunity.
Yeah, momentarily I thought Grace Bazin had found the lower right corner there, but it stayed out.
Good one is off. Carr is on. What a chance there, though, for Keene. One of the better looks they've had here in the fourth. Here's Lila Carr. Brings it upfield, trying to find Miranda. Miranda keeps it in. Back to Carr. Carr trying to weave her way through the defense, and this will stay with Keene. Under 6 minutes to go. Still enough time, plenty of time for Keene, but cannot let up another UNE goal. That would pretty much be it at this point. Owls getting back on defense as Zielinski brings it up, scored the first goal for the Nor'easters, and that was very early into the first quarter. Owls came back, got 2 unanswered, but UNE has gotten the last 2. Miranda is going to come back to the Nor'easters. Under 5 to go now. And off of Miranda, and once again, UNE keeps it.
Just a tough break for the Owls there. They couldn't get one. And now you'll have to guess UNE's going to try and chew some clock as much as they can.
You got to think they'll have a lot of defenders back, as sent up there from Valentine.
That was labeled as a dangerous shot.
Yeah, so they turned it over. Carr now right back around midfield. Finds Piasecki. Here's Picard. Just past midfield. Four minutes left. Emma Bazin has it. Back to Picard. Now finds Grace Bazin. Grace Bazin with it. Weaves inside the circle. A shot is kicked out by Jennison. Ball still on the ground. Seabury takes a whack at the corner for Keene.
What a chance for Seabury again. Another offensive opportunity. She has been all over the place and able to get the corner for Keene. This is something they need to capitalize on.
Yeah, they have to.
If not right off the corner, pretty soon after it. Let's try and keep that offensive pressure on.
I believe this is just the second corner of the game for the Owls. Had one in the first half. They've had none here in the second.
And UNE's got 6 total. The one to tie the game from Valentine. They had 2 called back. That went in.
Played in. Outside now, Murphy. Pass in front. Good pass. Ball in the air, it got blocked. Another corner though.
I believe actually Jennison got the save on that one, point blank from Emma Bazin.
Yeah, she might have, because the ball just popped right back up in the air.
Yeah, right off the pads. Good save from the sophomore.
3:25 now. Of course, clock stopped with the Owls corner. They had just one in the first half. Now, just like that, have two. But really need to capitalize. Outside, Murphy finds Vidal. Vidal takes a shot. Couldn't tell if it was a shot or pass, but it finds its way back out. Keene will keep it, but the Nor'easters survive the corner.
And Delanus is hopping back on for the Owls, an offensive presence that they'll need for the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, need to press hard here. Carr comes off. As you said, Delanus on. Owls still have it. Piasecki sends it in. Gets deflected, might have been off an Owl foot. And it's a turnover. UNE has it, 2.5 to go. Time not on the Owls side anymore. But also still some pressure on UNE. They would have to play some very stout defense, as they have, but have to keep it up for another 2.5 minutes. Owls still have it. Pass now intercepted. That was Valentine. Back out toward midfield. Keene State continuing to apply pressure. They'll keep it. Gotta hurry though, clock's still moving. And the Bazin trying to move inside and she falls. This will be a turnover. UNE now with 1.5 minutes to go, up around midfield. Pass over to Tremblay. They just have to milk the clock as Tremblay gets it over to Jacobs against Miranda. They'll keep the ball too with precious seconds ticking away. Here's Jacobs. Lost it there out of bounds. Owls will have it, but gotta hurry as we tick down to about 1 minute. Murphy in her own zone. Up to Miranda, a little bit too strong, and they turn it over. Kokomo against Seabury, off of Seabury's foot. UNE trying to hand the Owls their second home loss, excuse me. All within the span of just this past week. 30 seconds away from doing it. To remain with the Nor'easters. Kokomo, and a corner is awarded. Not sure why.
I'm just as confused as you are, Ryan.
Was it something somebody said? I don't know. But nonetheless, the clock will stop with 21.2. And things looking pretty grim at the moment for the Owls. So they have to survive this, and then
they need some type of defensive falter, shoot the ball downfield, and hope. Just hope.
They need the field hockey equivalent of a Hail Mary touchdown.
Monadnock miracle.
Outside the circle, they're just going to bleed some clock, but maybe get one more shot off as well. In front, ball still loose. It's on the ground. Gorman sprawled out. And off a foot, the Owls are going to take it, but they got 5 seconds, and this is going to do it. 3-2 the final. UNE comes in to the Owl Athletic Complex and takes this one tonight. And they have won back-to-back matchups against the Owls. who will now fall to 9-4-0.
On October 17th,
And UNE also their fourth
October
straight
18th
win. They
at
improved to
1:30 p.m.
7-5-0.
against
Of
Eastern
course,
Connecticut
a
University.
non-conference game for
Thanks
either
for
of these
coming out.
teams.
Have a great rest of your night.
A good one tonight, Teddy, but unfortunately did not end in the Owls' favor.
I mean, at least we got a great game out of it, Ryan. What a showing from these two teams. Really evenly matched. Good field hockey. Just a tough one for the Owls to lose.
Yeah, and as always, we'll have Coach Watson up for a post-game interview. And stay tuned for that in just a few moments on Flow Sports.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
We're empowering your unique voice.
Igniting potential and possibility.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
Because Keene State becomes home from day one. Come find your people and enjoy live music, art, coffee, thrifting, and did we mention the food? And if you're worried about what there is to do on the weekend, just look at this.
Everything we do here is about community.
Because we're a community of intense learners
with extraordinary hearts
that raise each other up.
We are fueled by each other's successes,
learning outside the classroom as well as in.
And we're here to provide the guidance and support you need to succeed.
All right, let's get hands-on.
In the lab. In the studio.
in the pool,
On the dance floor.
On the stage.
The choices are yours, the opportunities are here.
Here at Keene State College, we're focused on teaching students the skills for an ever-changing world.
I'm ready to tackle problems with industry-ready skills.
You'll get a resume that writes itself and
a paycheck that earns.
Elevated confidence.
World-class courage.
And we never stop learning.
True learning takes collaboration.
We explore what drives our passions.
Celebrate our individual voices.
And spark possibility together.
Every single student, every single day.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the main theater, or the recital hall at the Redfern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
All right, we are here now with Coach Watson after Keene State falls tonight 3-2 to UNE. It was a tough game for you guys, but you had it in control there entering the fourth quarter. What were some of your takeaways? Obviously, disappointment.
Yeah, it was disappointing. I mean, first of all, right from the start, we gave up a goal that, I mean, that was terrible. That was like 4 mistakes in the making that led to that first goal. And then we kind of crawled back into it in fourth quarter. We just dissolved. I don't know what happened. We played very poorly in the fourth quarter.
What did UNE do offensively that that stood out to you, and how that impacted your defense?
I mean, the biggest thing that UNE did was they took the ball away from us. Every time we got the ball and tried to make something happen, they took it away. We gave up so many turnovers. So they were able to turn the turnovers into igniting their offense, and they drew corners and we didn't.
So Grace Bazin got her 23rd goal of the season to lead NCAA Division III. She was already leading entering tonight. But then had that second chance with the penalty stroke. Do you think that was kind of a momentum shifter? Did you notice anything there with UNE starting to play better?
Yeah, I think. I mean, you get a penalty stroke, and really the odds are in the shooter's favor. So when you don't convert on that, and it wasn't like, I mean, she hit it to the goalie, and the goalie made the save. So she obviously mishit it. That's not what she was intending to do. And yeah, that does deflate you a little bit.
And obviously, your second home loss in a week against another tough non-conference team. With the main conference schedule now approaching, what can you learn from a loss like this to take into the conference schedule?
Yeah, we need to figure out how to take care of the ball better. I mean, we need to play in control and do what we're setting out to do. I mean, I think the only thing that really stood out to me that as a positive is when we would ignite some fast breaks. I feel like we did some nice transition play on our own once we got that going. But for the most part, we did not take care of the ball, and we gave it away way too much.
Yeah, you guys will travel down to Danbury on Saturday to take on Western Connecticut State. How do you plan on, well, you kind of mentioned it with just not, passing the ball around better, but what's your plan of attack kind of going into that one?
Yeah, we definitely have to clean up our play. I mean, if we play like this, we will lose multiple games. We need to play better than we played tonight. I mean, not to take anything away from UNE. They were a good team. They were strong. They out-hustled us. They outplayed us. And we didn't provide a good game.
All right, well, understated frustration from Coach Watson, but thank you for joining us so much again, and good luck on Saturday.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I want to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for Water and Wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and that the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
New Car has over 1,700 pre-owned vehicles, the largest selection of inventory in New Hampshire. New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. With a selection of over 30 brands, New Car has exactly what you need across the Granite State. Find your new car from any of New Car's family of dealerships throughout the Northeast and get it shipped to New Car Nissan of Keene for free. Plus, we'll deliver your new car right to your door. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
All right, we are back from the Owl Athletic Complex. A tough loss tonight for Keene State Field Hockey. They led 2-1 entering the fourth quarter, but a sloppy fourth quarter leads to a UNE win as they take down the Owls for the second year in a row, and also the second loss here at home this season for the Owls, both to non-conference opponents. But we'll look forward to the rest of the action this week on Flow Sports. Tomorrow night we'll have men's soccer at 6 o'clock as they take on previously ranked Amherst College, but not currently going into that one tomorrow. And then on Saturday we have a couple of events as well. Swimming has a sprint pentathlon, and men's soccer will also be home at 1 o'clock on Saturday to take on conference foe Rhode Island College. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. For Ryan Goodwin, Teddy Steinberg, and Ryan Hearn, and everybody else who helps put this all together, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast, and thank you for watching.